Today we are going to look at WiseOwl Legal Trust Accounting. WiseOwl Legal Trust Accounting is obviously one of the core modules of WiseOwl. The rules around trust accounting are very different for law firms, and we appreciate that. There are rules that apply to trust accounts that don't apply in normal accounting transactions. And one of those rules is that each pot of money that is held for each client is like its own separate bank account that can't be overdrawn. And this is why trust accounts get so complex, because you can have millions of dollars in a trust account, but if client Joe Bloggs doesn't have enough money for his transaction, then you can't draw against that subset of that trust bank account. So let's jump in and have a look at the trust account module. This is the trust register, and here we are looking at the register of recent receipts and payments. This one here, you can see there's been an overdraw and a reversal by these items out to the side. So we've got the ability to do a receipt, and that's your receipt screen. We're receiving money from Frodo. He is our primary client. It's giving us 5,800, and the money is for professional fees. It's come in by an EFT. There's a few baggins, so let's search for Frodo. He's on some drug charges. And that's our receipt. Now, we don't need clearance days because it's an EFT and it's coming as cleared funds. We could choose to protect it, but this time we're not going to. And there's our trust receipt. Now, at this point, we can print it. That layout can be any font you want, any particular layout. We realise that your correspondence represents your personal brand, and that's why we are so flexible in what you can have and how your receipt can be laid out. Now, we can come back and reprint a receipt later. It shows all the same details because that's just a report. Okay, so now we can have a look at an EFT. Now we're going to do a payment. We'll pay at the local magistrate's court. Fees. And there's our trust payment. Now, we can pay by cheque or we can pay by EFT. And when we're paying, we need to put in the bank details if we're in Australia. If we're somewhere else, we turn that off. So one of the things you'll notice with WiseOwl Legal is there's a lot of settings that can be turned on and off depending on your jurisdiction. So some states and countries have a lot more rules that need to be enforced, and in our configuration, we can turn these things off if they're not applicable in your jurisdiction. So we'll finalise and print that payment. If that had been a cheque, we could print a cheque stationery, but it's an EFT, which is what most people are doing now. And here is your EFT form that can be signed. Now, depending on your auditors, you could potentially print that to PDF and sign on screen, but it really is going to depend on your auditor requirements, whether you have to print it on paper or whether you can print it on screen. Okay, so we've done a receipt and a payment. Now we're going to do a report to show us what's ready for trust transfer. Now we're going to have a look at a report to show us what's ready for trust transfer. Okay, so we've got some money here to transfer. I'm just going to take 2, so I'll just move that aside. Back into my trust, transfer to general. Transfer by EFT. Our receipt into general will be confirmed. And we're going to get some money from Alicia Moore. We're going to transfer these to the signatory, be Larry, save the transfer. And then we can print trust to transfer, trust to general transfer list. That's the money coming out of the trust account. And so you can just keep having multiple tabs so you don't have to do everything on one screen, which is really useful. And then you can print your EFT advice. And there we have it. So that's looking at the operation of the trust account. We can also keep transit money here. It's not a big deal as much anymore that we're not holding checks to pay stamp duty. We can print a deposit slip if we do have a check. We can move money between bank accounts. It's particularly appropriate for lodging a special deposit or a statutory deposit, where some local law societies will take part of the trust balance and put it in their account. We can transfer money between matters if we're acting for a property transaction and a family law matter. We can move money between the matters so long as we've got the signed authorities. We can look at our register for everything and configure it here, or we can choose a particular register from here, and that just shows us all the payments that we've made. Now, as you can see, we've got reversals here. The only way to cancel or change a check or an EFT is to reverse it, and then that will show up like it does here. Okay, we will cover off on the bank reconciliation in a separate video. So thank you for watching the trust transactions video, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like the video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.